Good morning, students. Again, we are continuing with the chapter 1, Introduction of Accounts. Today, we are going to discuss about the importance of accounting. So, there are so many importance which I am read the important points. Number 1, it shows a systematic record. Then, preparation of financial statement. So, as we want to know the position of the company, the preparation of the financial statement is very important. And then we can see the gradual increase or decrease in the profitability of the business. The next is the steps to taken decision making. Suppose if the company goes in a wrong direction means immediately we have to frame the new policies and the procedures to improve the efficiency level of the company. Then satisfy the legal requirements. The legal requirements are Provident Fund, State Insurance Corporation, that means the employees ESI, which is otherwise called as Employee State Insurance Contribution, the TDS, tax deducted at source, then information related to the integrated group. Integrated group means who are the users of the accounts, the management people, the creditors, the employees, the financial institution, and the tax authorities, and last will be the government. Then legal advice. Almost all the accounting records are accepted as evidence in the court of law and the legal authorities. In the settlement of dispute. Dispute means problems. See, again I am repeating. Today we have started with the importance of accounting, systematic record, preparation of financial statement, assessment of progress, aid to decision making, legal requirements, information to the interested group, and legal evidence. Then computation of tax, that means calculation of income tax and the other taxes. Then settlement during merger. So when two or business units decided to merge means the accounting records provide deciding the terms of the merger and any compensation has been payable. So for this purpose and all our accounting terms are used. Now next slowly we are going to that what are the accounting basic accounting terminologies we are used. So one by one I am showing, but I will explain. Number 1, transaction. Transaction means A purchased goods for rupees 5,000. This is called as transaction. The same A purchased goods for 5,000 means it is called as cash transaction. Suppose A purchased goods for rupees 5,000 on credit. So this is called as credit transaction. So are you all understood, students? When we purchase anything or when we spend anything, so that is called as the statement type is called as a transaction. If we paid cash immediately means it is cash transaction. So if we request the shopkeeper that I will pay next month, asking a period of time, that is called as credit transaction. The next is capital. Capital means amount contributed by the person in order to start a business. That amount is called as capital. Drawings. Due to emergency situation, the owner may withdraw some amount is called as drawings. The next is voucher. Any written or a printed document for the support of the business transaction is called as voucher. The next is invoice. It is a statement prepared by the seller to be sent to the buyer. It shows the details about the quantity, price, quality, any discount and all. Then purchases. Purchased goods or purchase a typewriter, purchase a furniture. These are all called as purchases. Suppose if the same goods which has been returned to the supplier means purchase return. Then sales. When we sold the goods to our regular customer means sales. Suppose if the customer due to defective quality, if they are returned the goods means sales return. Then stock, there are two type of stock, opening stock and closing stock. Then income, interest received from the bank, dividend received from the company, commission received. So these are all examples of income. Expenses, any amount spent to purchase any commodities or any services. Then asset, asset may be classified into fixed asset and current asset. Fixed asset life will be for long term. Example, machinery, furniture, land and buildings. Then the second type of assets are called as current assets. Current assets which are easily convertible into cash. The current assets are stock, bills receivable, our cash balance and bank balance. Then liability, the financial obligation of the business. Then depreciation, it is a gradual reduction in the value of the usage of fixed assets. Then bad debts, actually it is a loss to the business, but it can be treated as an expenses. First I will tell you what do you mean by bad debts. Debts means borrowings. See, when we sold goods to a customer for credit purpose, but the customer not yet repay the amount still now. So where we'll show this one, actually it's a loss, but we'll be treated as an expenses. So this amount we treated as bad debts. Are you all understood, students? So again one more video I will be sending, in that I will be continuing this chapter.